But welcome to the guide on Kaiju Basso. This is a super fun game for those who maybe like Pacific Rim or those of you who have played this game before, like mechs. Now, one of the things you'll see is this janky menu. I don't like this menu because it's kind of confusing. I wish they had different colors at the top or just organized it better. But at the end of the day, this is why I'm here to show you guys how to play this game. So one of the first things I always suggest you do is click the Colony Alpha sandbox. The reason is this just drops you into a map. And this does feel super weird just dropping in. But it's because with this, you're able to quickly guide your movement. Now, I currently don't have movement on, but I have the left stick. So I'm able to walk around with the left stick, head as well, head around, see what's around you. You can also move the left stick as well. So even if you're sitting playing at your desk on a play this, you can actually play this there. Now, another thing that you need to know as well, throwing punches is going to be not your primary mode of action at all. You can see you can just throw punches as well. It's, basically like Pacific Rim. Played that. Super, super fun. Also, guys, in this game, the buildings are destructible. So if you do hit the building in the games, it usually will show you like a meter how much destruction you've had. So in these games, whilst you're having fun, yes, try and destroy the kaijus. But remember, the collateral damage, I think if it goes over like 3% or 6%, it's going to go really crazy. So just get fighting any kaijus, because then you'll be able to be like, okay, I know the movement, I know the scale, I know how my hands are. And my hands do have, I don't know, it feels like they have maybe like a minor delay. It's going to feel like that in game, but that's completely fine. Okay, so now once that's done, hit the main menu, and then what we'll do is we'll just return to the hangar, and then we can now go into the game. So what we'll do is we'll now go into the mech lab, and then this is where we can now start to get the fun stuff. So for me, what I love, okay, and I don't know, I've seen the movie too many times, so this is the one I wanted. So I wanted a katana, okay? Now a katana is basically going to be a sword on your arm. So for our left arm, we're going to add the katana. On our right shoulder, we're going to add a plasma rifle. Where is it? Plasma rifle. And so yeah, this area here, what I'm doing is I'm essentially equipping the mech with different weapons, okay? So you can basically equip your left leg, your left arm, and your right leg with different weapons, okay? It's super, super fun how many weapons you can equip, okay? So for me, the left shoulder and the right shoulder, you can see I've got a gun here. And then I'm not sure where the plasma cannon went. It was here. But yeah, let me just turn on the plasma cannon. There we go. And then, yeah, plasma cannon should work. So let's try this in game. So you basically go to scenarios. And then in scenarios, I would try the first one easy. You go to central snapjaw, one wave easy. It's super easy, so easy. And then click launch. And then it launches us into this thing. So there will be a kaiju that will come in. Oh, he's right there. There we go. And then if you ever want to, if you ever want to use your said weapon, okay, so the weapons that I have are a plasma cannon and I have a sword. So I want to use my sword. I click the LS down and now my sword is here, okay? So now I can swing my sword and I can deal damage. Now, important, guys, you can't just be taking damage. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I clicked the wrong mission there. I'm not sure how, but there should be the kaiju coming from there. Okay, there we go. There's the kaiju from the left side, okay? There we go. So as I was saying, click this. Bring out your sword, click it in, click it out. That's your sword. Click this in. There's your plasma cannon. Click it off. There you can see it disappears. So if you ever want to just punch, because you want to punch robots, you can. And of course, if you want to just grab your sword, how do I grab? So if you want to just grab your katana, you can grab it from behind. And of course, you can hold it. And then of course, you can swing it. So yeah, it's pretty fun, but it is hard to maneuver in a kaiju. And one thing as well, guys, you can't just sit there and take damage. You have to look down and look at your body. If your body starts to go red, certain parts of your body will, start to take damage. So you have to actually get out, careful with taking damage, okay? Now, if you drop weapons, they're dropped, okay? You won't be able to get them back and have to go over there, that up, okay? So I like to use my plasma cannon. So I like to open this up, hold this down, and with the red laser, fire off into the distance. That is super, super fun to me. Holding my red laser down, aim it at his body, and then there we go. Now, this is super useful in those hard waves because this allows you to gain distance and damage. Now, it doesn't deal crazy damage, it deals enough damage. Now, the key here, guys, is to manage your shots because my shot just went into a building. And of course, that's going to be trying to fight off this kaiju, okay? So if I just, hold this once more time, aim it at the kaiju's head and see it was able to deal damage. So here, I'm going to engage in this kaiju. I'm going to just try and slice him and then move out the way. And slicing the kaiju is important and dealing damage, but also dodging the attacks is even more important, or else you're not going to get kills, okay? So sometimes you can, fall into the ocean, okay? Sometimes you'll see but yeah, it's important to pay attention, guys, as well to your body. Right now, I'm not taking any damage, but I will take damage to show you guys what happens. So in some scenarios, what will happen is these kaijus, they'll be able to grab your weapons and rip, okay? So maintain your distance at all times. So I'm gonna just allow the kaiju exactly what happens. So you can see right here, I got total system failure and my head actually, got knocked out there. So that's what we don't want to happen. We don't want to take damage. If that happens, and especially our head, guys, if our head gets impacted, then we are completely out of the game. So make sure that if your head starts to look red, you can see the health bar right there, that doesn't happen. Because of course, that is a worst case scenario. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so let me show you guys what happens when you go to a a level that is super, super hard. So let's equip the minigun, because we're going to need that. We've already got a plasma cannon, and yeah, I'm not going to put anything on my left hip or my right hip. In fact, maybe I'll put like a little pistol, and maybe I'll add like a heal spike, okay? So now let's go to the scenarios. Then, of course, let's go to the city run. Then let's go to one that is one wave but hard. So let's try this. So basically, what happens now is that they're going to be much more aggressive, and they're going to be essentially grabbing your hands, okay? So understand that, like I said, you've got your sword, okay? And you've got your plasma cannon, okay? But understand that this guy can fly as well, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how crazy it is, okay? So, of course, his momentum caused him to crash into a building. But what's crazier is that he can actually grab my arm and stop me, okay? So you need to keep your distance at all time, okay? So I'm going to grab this weapon, this minigun, from the back, and I'm going to just hold it with two hands, giving it more accuracy, and I just ran out of ammo. That was not good. Now, aiming in this game is particularly tough. I have to be honest with you guys. It is very, very tough to aim. And I still haven't figured out how to aim in this game, because the aiming is just super, super low, because you're in a mech. So it is super, super weird. Now, like I said, some kaijus can jump. Some of them can spit lava. This one can squirt goo at you. So it's important to know that all of them have different abilities, okay? But nonetheless, it doesn't make it any less fun. But I would say for the most part, just avoid them if you can while they jump. There you go. And so yeah, for the minigun, you ideally want to have two hands, especially on most weapons. It is very hard to grab. So definitely try and, test it out first. And then once you have two hands on the minigun, you'll be able to aim it a lot better. So once you're doing that, make sure you manage to keep your distance as well. I'm not sure how my gun is now on the ground, but once you do have two hands on the weapon, you'll be able to aim it a lot better, okay? So the minigun, it does run out of ammo and then it does restock, so you have to just wait a couple of seconds. But yeah, remember, certain kaijus have different abilities, so with each one you're going to have different ways to be able to damage it. And so of course you can pick up the weapon from your previous one. And then, of course, once again, like I said, not all weapons are dual wield, but it is up to you, okay? So some of them do have ammo, so you do want to watch that ammo. So right here, you can see that this has 4 out of 8 and 8 out of 80. So we were able to conquer this kaiju, which is really good. Now, something that's super weird is that you do get these little helicopters that come around, and they have like these little, I don't know, these little vans. They come around, they look around all the loot. It is kind of weird. It is kind of cool. I'm not going to lie, but I guess it just adds to the immersion once the mission is over. So yeah, it's a fun game, super, super fun game. It just depends on how you make it, depending on, which kind of weapons you choose to grab, which kind of weapons you choose to want. And if the weapon is dual wield, you will be able to see a little white dot on that weapon. So you'll be able to then, of course, kill that kaiju, and then you'll be able to see exactly how that works, okay? So yeah, another thing that you can do as well is you kind of crouch in this game, which is super fun. I don't know why they made that, but it's super fun, okay? So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. This game is super simple. Of course, some people have, done the crazy with mods and all that good stuff. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'll be sure to leave them down in the comment section below. You can enable cheats in this game as well. So if you want to enable certain things, there's not many cheats that you can enable, but you can enable God mode mech off. So let's say, for example, you don't want to die, you just want to turn this on. You can do that. That is super fun, by the way. So if you just don't want your health to go down and you want to see how crazy it is, that is something completely up to you. I just keep it off because there it is. So in the mech lab, like I said, test out the different weapons, test to see what they do. Of course, you've got, plasma cannon, and of course as well, you've got your cosmetics down here. So you can change the paint on you. So if you want to change the paint color, change the head design, it's completely up to you what kind of, what kind of Jaeger you do want. Of course, like I said, your center shoulder, your right wrist, there are different kind of weapons, rocket fist. There is just so much customization you can have on this. That is really cool. You've got shoulder missiles, so you can really kit your thing up to the max. But just remember, it does get a little bit janky and confusing the more kind of things you do have, okay? So do remember that. So it's up to you. If you do get stuck, of course, just click this button on how to play, and yeah, enjoy it. I mean, it's just super fun, super fun game. There are many different scenarios. On the hard ones, there are different waves of kaiju. So yeah, check the top score and you'll see just how crazy people are. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video,